All right, g'day guys. We are running what I think is probably a contender and a very strong one for my favorite team in the game at the moment. Anything with this new Vegito is probably going to push that envelope anyway. But I love having Bulma on the team. She obviously just makes everyone better. And linking her with the Broly trio just makes for some sort of an immortal rotation pretty much. And this new STR Mai is also just an insane unit. The way she supports and honestly, the way she links with Bulma is another reason why why this team is a contender. The fact that she's on Power of Wishes just makes it all the more better. Vegeto's not at the end of this rotation. Sorry, in slot 3 there, Vegeto's not going to get too many links, but he's getting all that support. So the 50% support from Mai plus Brainiacs, I believe, is terms of a link, plus Fierce Battle, and then obviously Bulma support. So he'll probably actually look pretty good. But we're obviously floating him around so that he can meet up with the new Vegito unit. Just, yeah, it's insane. This is just such a smooth run in total. Just 3 mil. So the way this Mai works, she needs to super attack twice in a turn to get the extra defense and damage reduction. She has a built-in normal that has I think it's a 50% chance to become a super, which we're seeing on screen here. Which is half the reason I built her primarily dodge with a secondary focus on additional. Having that built-in additional should mean that hidden potential one goes off relatively often. I haven't had any issues getting 2 super attacks with her so far. Obviously, it could happen depending on your luck, I guess, but I'm having a great time with her. She's not let me down yet. 2 stacks with the 5th year Tech Vegito, leading into the following turn here with these guys. We should be set up for a pretty powerful rotation. Where are we at? Being the slot 1 unit they are, I'm just going to put them there. Sometimes it's actually worth maybe... I'm just seeing if we can maybe tee up 7 orbs for the Broly trio, which we might be able to do there with the physical orbs. Not quite, 6. So they won't be supporting this rotation unless I get those tech orbs, which would support defense. Tech and Int, by the way, support defense. STR, AGL support attack when you get them with the Broly trio. And then if you get physical orbs, they just buff themselves a little bit extra. So we're not dodging a whole lot, but that's okay. We're guarding and damage reduction. Like, you can't get any more defensive perks on a unit than what you get with these guys. People want to complain a little bit about their damage. It's not as much of an issue in my eyes, given that they stack and then a lot of the other units around them want to stack. I think the lower damage actually works to their credit, personally. That's just my opinion. The lower damage means obviously they're delaying the killing, I guess, or the ending of a phase, which obviously allows anyone in slot 2 and 3 to get any attacks and or hits in that they might want to build up the GT unit. Just these guys are just on another level. I mean, I'm not trying to say they're better or worse than anyone else, but I mean, they're better than almost everything else in the game. And I mean, that's a 55% GT duo just doing, what, 4 super attacks? So they now have 80% of their damage reduction built up, which is 40% in total. So 1 more super and they'll be at their max of 50. Broly trio just coming along at the end there with a 4 mil attack. Jesus. Like, I mean, that's not the highest thing you'll ever see. I mean, it's higher than any of the individual attacks that the Vegito unit did. But yeah, it's crazy for a support unit to be doing that, especially when you factor in the chance that they're more than likely going to be at a 100% dodge chance, especially when they're glued next to Bulma, given that she makes rainbow orbs. So unfortunately, the leader, so my version of the GT duo, won't get any attacks in this turn. So they will still be at 0% damage reduction, which could have us come unstuck should we kind of put them in the wrong position or get unlucky with a super attack in this coming up phase here. But we might even end it before they get to that point. So they'll still have type disadvantage in the final phase. But this is the old Vegito Blue. Old does not necessarily indicate quality. He is ridiculous. After Easy A-ing, he is so much fun. Honestly, he is so much fun. And I know that people want to sort of say that, you know, the new one's probably not on his level in terms of damage. But I think that's, again, like, I think that's a good thing. He's just got a slot 1 partner that is just allows him to be at his best. They don't have 7 out of 7 links, unfortunately. Kamehameha for the tech is not shared with the AGL, who has Warrior Gods instead. There they go. They're just dodging there. So that's 2 stacks of defense. They've had 1 stack of attack in the previous turn. We'll get 1 more here because we're over 20 key, or we got 20 key or more, I should say. There is the chance for the hidden potential. Now, obviously, if you put them in slot 2 or 3, there would be the chance for another additional altogether. That would be the hidden potential you see there. The normal, unfortunately, but there you go. He needs the tech. Vegito Blue needs 4 attacks. At this point, everyone should know that. But just to for anyone who's unaware, his passive allows him to get 1 guaranteed additional super, the chance of another super, so that would be this one here, I would imagine. Then following up, there should be a hidden potential, and then he gets another one for being at 24 key, which I don't think we're at. I forgot to sort of check, but that's his 4 attacks there, and then obviously guaranteed dodge for his first appearance. And we've ended this phase pretty easily and pretty swiftly, if I'm honest. And that's the 5th attack for the Friend GT duo, so their damage reduction is fully built. Plus 2 versions of greatly stacking attack, 4 versions now. Yeah, this is the 4th normal stack of attack, so they're just ridiculous. Their Spirit Bomb would be insane should we get it off in this fight. Whew, we're flying through this. Okay, so this... I know this is just a turn just jam-packed with support, but it's insane. The Mai actually provides Battlefield Diva with the Bulma, and if you needed to put Bulma in slot 1 to sort of jig around the orbs for the Broly trio, the Mai will also provide Cold Judgment for the Broly trio. So she's got that little bit of a link battery kind of a bonus compared to a lot of other units that you can throw on the team. I mean, this team is stacked regardless, so don't think that she's a must run. She's incredibly hard to leave off, but if you don't have her, there is plenty other options, and not just support units. There's a lot of just straight up attack or just performance units, I should say, that can easily slot in there. But like I said, she's going to struggle a little bit with the area of effect. Obviously, as you see there, she took a little bit of damage, primarily because she gets a fair bit of her stats on super. And then, as I said earlier in the video, she needs to super twice to get extra defense and damage reduction on top of whatever she gets from the first super. So, yeah, which is actually a good thing for us here. We need to fall below 70% HP, which that attack just did then, so that we can fuse in the following turn with the Goku and Vegeta, who will become Vegito Blue. And yeah, she's doing what? That was at 3 mil. So it's still a support. She's only supporting 30% to this rotation. It's 50% support to Future Saga, I think. Sorry, I haven't memorized her. I haven't memorized any of the new units' passives completely just yet. Where are we at for HP? Okay, so we should get a couple of turns maybe with this new Vegito Blue, I'm hoping. I'd really like to get that active skill turn off where you activate it in slot 2 or 3 to get the guaranteed additional super plus a guaranteed normal that has a chance to be a super. Then move him to slot 1 and you get the whole passive active. It's really cool. I mean, obviously very similar to the 5th year Vegito, but I mean, I'd love there to be an enemy somewhere down the line that can take that full turn, I guess, where you activate the full passive with both Vegito Blues and just watch them go for hours. It'd be great. The damage would just be insane. There'd be dodging just every which way. That's my Goku and Vegeta, the GT one at the end there. And as I mentioned earlier, they failed to get any attacks in their first appearance, so they've got no damage reduction currently. That's why they're taking damage, unfortunately. There's the dodge for the super. I think that may have come close to killing. I'm not sure. Obviously, 8.3. No support, 8.3. What was that? 2 stacks of attack, 2 stacks of defense. I didn't quite take notice of his defense, unfortunately. It's 1. That's the guaranteed normal. That has a chance to be a super. We've got to get. It just, I don't even know. I think it's 6 When he's at his absolute best, so the active skill turn, I think it's 6 supers that he can launch with dodge, chance, damage reduction. It's crazy. And he does raise his defense by 50% on super as well. So whatever whatever damage, I'm just mincing my words here. Whatever defense stat you see at the start of the turn, halve it, and then add that to the total every time he supers. So I'm just going to round the numbers. If he's at, Jesus, he's just what, 15 mil and then 10 mil, and then 11 mil. So he's already like 36 mil. Crazy. He's got another couple of attacks coming too, I think. Yeah, there's a 5 mil normal, and then another 12 mil attack stat. Just ridiculous. So yeah, with the the AGL Vegito Blue, if he had 200k defense just for a round number, every super attack will give him an extra 100k defense. So it's just nuts. 200k doesn't sound like a lot of defense, obviously, but when you're doing 6 super attacks and you're adding, I mean, I'm not saying that 200k defense is what he'll have, but even with a lower stat like that, he would still get up to like 800k defense if he got his full turn. So yeah, it's just nuts. We're not going to use the active skill with Bulma. We are going to do that. I think that might bring the STR orbs down, or maybe even, yeah, the AGL orbs. So that'll be attack support for them. There's no way to avoid 24 key. That's just how good they are. I was going to try and maybe hold off on the orbs for the GT duo at the end there, because they've stacked so much attack that they'll probably finish this fight in this round. This is going to do some damage, I think. Yeah. But, I mean, even with the defense lowering, she's still fine. Obviously, building up damage reduction as well, up to 77%. I don't think there's a fight in the game, at least on a top-tier team, similar to this one, where you can see her at full damage reduction. Obviously, about halfway through that build-up, because it's 7% per turn. So I think it's 11 turns, providing you see her turn 1. You won't ever see her with max damage reduction and guard at the same time, because the guard runs out after 7 appearances, I believe it is. So unfortunately, there's no way to get like the active skill turn. 10 mil. Good God. You've got what, 2 links active? Crazy. Yeah, we might finish here, or hopefully we don't crit so much. Then we will definitely be able to get the active skill with the new Vegito Blue, and at least see him do 1 or 2 supers. I just want to see the active skill, to be honest, because the animations, these Dokkan original animations, oh, I'm so glad they did something like that. Obviously, a big complaint or a big thing in terms of the discourse around the possibility of Vegito Blue prior to his announcement for this celebration was the lack of animations they had to work with that hadn't already been used. I didn't think that was too much of a problem myself personally. 480k defense. So let's round that up hypothetically to a neat 500k, just for the sake of argument. He will be adding 250k defense every super he does, not including this active skill, obviously, as well. So, oh, look at him. And then I love the touch that seems to be the trend in Dragon Ball games in general, where they do a super attack with Vegito and show like Goku and Vegeta doing the same thing before it finishes off. We're only going to get the one super attack because Omega's got like no health left, but who cares? We'll get to see what his max attack stat basically is with Maion rotation. He's still dodging supers, so Omega's just got nothing. 9.4 with 5 potential supers to come. He is right now at probably about 700k defense. It's just nuts. Oh, he's so much fun. This team, definitely a contender for my favorite in the game. Probably a contender for the best in the game as well. But let me know what you reckon, guys. How are you liking Vegito? Are you a bit sour on the Goku and Vegeta unit? I can totally understand if the active skill requirements are not to everyone's taste. They're not to mine really either, especially with the HP requirement. But it is what it is. If you want to chat to me, there's the socials that you see at the bottom of the screen down below. And I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye now.